All right, try it. Hold up. We got a fire. All right, guys, we're back. Hopefully to start this thing today. We got a lot to do. We got parts we got to install. Like we got to install the ECU. We got to install the igniter, the fuel injector resistor, and the BAF or AFM. Before we get into start, we got a couple things to handle right around here, and then the big task: feed the harness through the firewall. Not looking forward to that. He thinks it's easy. We'll see. Forward one. Get it. There you go. Should get it threaded. Right. Well, get it almost like Alright, so now what we have to do is we have to connect the fuel injector resistor and the igniter plug and the chassis plug. We're using a gray plug harness on a gray plug car, so this is those are there. Clickety click click. Those are these two right here. But before we connect them, we have to bolt this one down because the igniter grounds to the chassis.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Alright, so when we go to prime the fuel system, if you just turn the key on, the fuel pump's only going to come on for a second, unless the engine's being cranked over and there's air being moved through the MAF sensor. If not, you have to jump the plus B and the FP points on this thing to get the fuel pump to stay on with ignition on. It's a safety feature, so the idea is like if you put your key onto your own position but you're not trying to crank it, the fuel pump's not running and possibly spraying fuel all over the place in case you have a leak or something. Like the idea is in case that there's a crash and the engine somehow stops but the ignition's still on, you're not throwing fuel in case there's a leak or something. Hold on, I'm gonna get the big boy in there. Tyler just was like very confused, like, oh, is that a new ECU? Because he thought this was the ECU, because they are like similar size. But this is the ABS computer. Won't be needing that soon. I don't want to disconnect. Yeah, so if you can see here, it's kind of dark down here. But like the reason we're doing gray plug, because this is a gray plug car. So this is from the harness, and look, there's its gray plug counterpart. So it all just plugs in. Same with this one and this one. It all just plugs into each other. Yay! Just gotta find the other stuff. This one, yeah, this one goes to that one. These go to the ECU.
What's that, baby?
No, I'm not worried about all that now. I'm just trying to like, this white one goes, I know this one, it's not really important because it serves like AC stuff, but I'm gonna plug it in anyway. It's like, all right, Carl, just get up in here, huh? It's like, okay. Keeps sounding like this.
It does sound like
It was like, it was making clicking noises. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Interesting thing, Toyota ECUs are notorious from the 80s and 90s having capacitors that overload and start leaking onto the board. This came from a running driving vehicle, so we should investigate this, but we're not going to, at this time, we're not going to investigate if the capacitor, because the capacitor could start leaking but not give problems so later on, and the sooner you can rectify that situation, the better, because the more work. There's a guy in Texas, I cannot remember the name of the company that does that. You send him it, he'll take it apart, he'll take the old cell capacitors out, clean it up if it can be cleaned, and put new capacitors in it. This happens with JZX 100s, JZX 90s, anything from the 90s, Mark IV Supras. Notorious problem for these things. But it's like $300 and it's like a brand new ECU. You know. But yeah, a lot of people, and it's weird problems too. Like you'll have, like maybe your fuel cut will come sooner, or you'll have an idling problem. It'll be all over the place, weird issues. And you're like, I'm hunting down, I can't figure out what it is. Well, maybe it's for ECU, but this came from a driving car, and this hasn't been plugged into anything to have any, you know, the capacitors are most likely discharged by now. Would you agree, Tyler? It's been a few years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to just assume that the ECU's fine. So if we have any problems, they'll be in the engine bay area. Or wiring. Like, these all hook up, and they should be the same wires, like pinouts on each side, because this is an 89 gray plug. Now, 89 does have some weird, sometimes pinouts are slightly in different places, but I think it's going to be stuff that we're not using, because for one thing, this is automatic transmission car and automatic transmission harness. We're not using the transmission stuff. We're not going to be using the AC control stuff. We're literally just need the 4 or 5 wires that have to deal with power to ignition switch, that send power through and start the car and run the car. So I think all those are the same. It's the little weird stuff that, like, oh, maybe the car this came from didn't have cruise control, but this one does. You know, that kind of stuff would be where the weird stuff is at. But anyway, all right, I gotta get out. Full handle. Don't fail me now. Alright, Tyler, so as you can see, I did my upside down, so when it comes time to on the clutch pedal, you'll be the one going upside down. I got my upside down out of this car. Mm-hmm. Well, in the turbo models, so you see how we have a volt gauge all the way to the right?
Yeah.
On the turbo models, that's the boost gauge.
Ah.
Yeah. So we don't have a boost gauge.
I'll have to add one somewhere.
We don't have an AFR gauge, air fuel ratio, which we'll have later on. We don't have a oil temperature gauge, and even though we have oil pressure and an oil water temperature, we don't have numerically what the water temperature is. It's just a general, like, you know, middle of the road. We don't know what that is. So I would like to get one later that reads the exact temperature. Same with oil pressure. Now we need to put some fluid in the shifter, into the transmission fluid, and then we go get some gas. I put 5 gallons in the JZ81 because it's 20 gallon tank. Crestas and JZ81 are 20 gallons because they don't have the spare tire sitting on top of the thing. It takes up part of the room.
So where's spare tire usually?
Inside here. Alright, put the key in. Turn it to on. Alright, there's fuel. Is that noise in front of you or behind you? Turn it off.
Pause for freedom.
I'm stupid. Forgot to plug in the fuel pump.
What did he say?
Forgot to plug in the fuel pump. Pull the harness out.
What do you right here?
Nope. I hope we didn't pinch it in there. Have to drop the tank. Yeah, that's the hard line.
Go, get your mind out of the gutter.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
Okay. If I plug it in right.
Moments later. More moments later.
All right, so we tried starting and we had some problems. We investigated it, and
before we didn't have the plates, we put towels in the plates area just to kind of keep bugs or something from going in it. And the other day, I took off the timing assembly to get the tensioner for the Cressida, so the Cressida could have a new tensioner. And I rotated the crank to, put the timing belt on and all that stuff. And I forgot those things were down there. And when we went and removed them, we removed 3. And I thought I remember putting 4 in there. Come to find out, when I rotated the crank, I rotated one of them up over on top of the flywheel between the top of the bell housing. And the starter was literally engaging the rag itself and turning the rag and like grinding it up into its little thing and not actually engaging the flywheel. So we just had to take the starter off, pull all that out, put it back in, and we've already primed the system with oil, so now we're actually going to try to start it. So, whoop-de-doo, right? So we're going to see if that works. All right, let's try to start it. Crossing fingers. Try again. Mm-hmm. All right, so we're not getting something somewhere. I think I smell fuel. Oh, it's almost start. Man, we need more juice. Take the key off. We're low on juice. I heard it. I heard the combustion. All right, try it. Yep. Try again. All right, try it. Yep. All right, we're getting spark. Yeah. All right, crank it. Try again. Oh, I know what it is. I bet. I don't have the cold start injector.
No.
So it struggles to start without the cold start injector. It needs starting fluid.
You are so wrong.
Try again. All right, try it. Hold up. We got a fire.
Ladies, it's time to put on our thinking caps.
All right. After 3 hours, right? And crank it. No without problem. Yeah. Now, you know what we need to do? Now we need to put intercooler piping on. So we've been hunting down some problems. It seemed for a while the injectors weren't fire. We could spray some carb cleaner in there and it would kind of want to fire up, but not really. So we kept hunting down injector problems and it seemed like we weren't getting voltage. And we even got like a check engine light that said voltage, what was it called? Voltage?
It was like ECU power, where it was intermittently losing.
Right, like there's like a ground issue. So we hunted that down, we couldn't really find anything, and then all of a sudden, we go to start it, and then it's like, oh, it wants to start. But it won't, but at least this time it's coughing. So then we check timing, and then we check ignition timing, and come to find out, when I stabbed the CPS, I was off by maybe 30 degrees. So we redid that, restabbed it, and then it just now coughed, like it went, and sort of ran, but it won't stay running until we complete the circuit from the airflow meter into the throttle body, which is what we're going to do now, and try to get it to idle, sort of idle. It doesn't have idle like a control valve, but like at least run longer than what we just saw. Yeah. Either way, success right now. This is zip those in.
Turbo's moving out.
Yeah. Alright, it was smoking a lot. Right, come here?
Still smoking a lot.
Well, smoking out of the turbo, which I expected. It was smoking around here, around these edges. Which I'm guessing is because... Anyway, this is a victory, right?
Yes. High five. High five.
Alright.
All right, classic. High five.
So, as you can see, it ran. We tried to hook the turbo up and route it through the turbo system, even without an intercooler, but we're missing some of the lines that go for the intercooler. So we just bypassed it all and just hooked it straight from the airflow meter into the throttle body. But you got to hear it, got to see it running, made some cool noises. Exhaust sounds really cool when there's no exhaust, I guess.
It's like every car ever.
Right. Well, no, it's much better. Straight 6. Toyota. Yeah, that's it for this video. Next video, we're going to be putting the clutch pedal in and clutch stuff, and hopefully getting the intercooler piping stuff situated. Until then, like, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's disconnect this. Probably just connect the really big one. Not the other one. Yeah. Okay. Get it. There we go. I'm about to put butt crack towards you, so don't feel my butt crack. We're trying to gain subscribers. At least the right subscribers.
So they might gain some subscribers.
We might.
Not the ones we want.
Right. Oh my god, look at his butt crack. It felt good. It felt good. Yummy. You know, some shit like that. No, thank you, sir.